Good morning, everyone. I'm Angela Drake, and I'm here to try and resurrect my channel. If you've been here before, you know it's been a minute, or then some, but I wanted to figure out what I wanted to do with this channel before I continued to do videos. And I think I have found my answer. And so I thought I would launch my redo with a project that I did with a course that I took with Sarra over on her Teachable HeartBreathings channel. It's called Your Path Forward, and it's a game board strategy type of technique in helping you to get from point A to point B. To figure out what your project needs to be, and then taking that one project and breaking it down into minimal tasks that require you to go from, like a domino effect. You knock one over, and then the next one goes, and the next one goes, and the next one goes. And it's a really cool concept, because if you have something you want to accomplish, oftentimes you look at it and you see the big picture, but you have trouble figuring out where to start. You know where you are, you know where you want to be, but it's all the garbage and chaos in the middle that stalls you. And Your Path Forward is an excellent course for this. Unlike her HB90 and her Publish and Thrive, Your Path Forward is available year-round. One price, you can go back and go through it as many times as you want. Now, during the course, excuse me, many of us discovered that this was a great precursor to the HB90. Aside from just one of my goals for HB90 was to get my office in order. Well, my office is chaos. I have 480 square feet of chaos. It looks like I'm a hoarder, but the difference between a hoarder and a not hoarder is hoarders never use anything that they get. They just keep buying and buying and buying. I'm not a hoarder because I use everything that I have in here. It's just, over the course of my junk journaling crafting years, I have accumulated a lot of stuff. More stuff than I have room for in this part of my studio. Part of my studio is the crafting. Part of it is my writing in my office. And another part is where we have a sofa bed for guests. So I need to get the creative part under control. But then there's still a lot of what they would call in school as stations. I have my mixed media station. I have my filming station where I'm at now. I have the stamp and creative item elements storage in another part. And so when I look at this as one big project, I don't know where to start. So Your Path Forward helped me find clarity in what I wanted to do. Now, I thought when I took this course, my priority goal was going to be to get back on track with my writing, which I have been doing slowly, but not to the progression that I need to be. But in doing the course, I figured out why. I cannot create in chaos. I'm very OCD and I'm very visual, and what I'm looking at in my OCD are constantly at war. So I thought on Your Path Forward, that corralling the chaos needs to be my first project, so that my studio becomes a pleasant visual, so that I can focus on creating my books. So I figured out, okay, I have this huge amount, where do I want to start? And I decided to start in one corner. And so here's a look at the game board itself. And as you can see, we have a start and a finish, but then we have all the steps on the board of what we need to do. And they need to be consecutive steps. What's step 1, what's step 2, what's step 3. So once I knew what area I wanted to start in, then I put together my board using my sticky notes. Before I can do anything else, I know that and this project is starting a week from today. When Bob leaves, I'm taking over the house, so I can pull everything from this corner out of the room entirely, sort it, organize it, and then bring it back where it needs to be. So first off, I need to set up a folding table, and I need to move 2 of my seasonal carts out of the way. Now, this may not be about writing on a writing channel, but the concept will work. And I'll get to that in a minute. So let's finish this, and then I'll go back and I'll flip it around to the writing part. I need to clean the floor space in front of the scrap rack. And if you don't know what a scrap rack is and you're a crafter, I will link that organizational system down below. I need to pull all my seasonal items from off the bookshelves, because once I get the stamps and dies organized and cataloged, they need to go on those shelves. So the stuff that's on there needs to come out. And so each step, I can't pull everything from the scrap rack and the binder until I get the folding table set up, until I clear the space in front of the scrap rack so I can get to it. It's a process, and you have to figure out what has to come first. This is not the chicken and the egg. This is, I can't make pancakes until I mix up the batter. I can't mix up the batter until I have all the ingredients. Well, what ingredients do I need? And sometimes if you have to think about a project of, this is where I want to be, but what do I need to get here? Sometimes it means working backwards to see. Have you ever done those maze puzzles where you start at one point and you have to move things around to get to the bottom? I have found the easiest way to do that is start at the finish and work my way backwards. And this is kind of the same thing in this game board strategy. So once I had this, let me show you what I put together. These sticky notes work great. They could go on my Kanban board, but you know, the OCD and ADHD in me wants to be pretty. So I created a game board, and I used, and I'm going to have to go back and glue my arrows down, it looks like. I used I think this is approximately 11 by, no, it's a 10 by 14, 11 by 14 canvas. And I didn't do anything to it. It was already prepped. But what I did was, in that game board, I made a photocopy of this in cardstock so that it was more durable. And then I went through and I cut out all the centers of the squares so that I had a stencil to trace my squares in. Then I went back with some acrylic paints because, you know, making it pretty, and I did pinks and teals and whites. I like the pink. It's a pop of color. Teal and white and black are my pressure tones in my creative corner. So, and then I went through my sticker boards from the Paper Studio, which is a Hobby Lobby brand, and a couple of books from Happy Planner, and I pulled some stickers out that also fit. Now, can I see this? No, there we go. So that I have plan your dreams. Just go for it. Follow the plan. Make a list. And that's kind of what I did. Then I took this, and while it was still on the piece that I had copied onto cardstock, I cut this out and I covered it with packing tape. Something simple. And let me show you, if you don't have a printer, a copier, let me try that again. If you don't have clear sticky labels, you can make your own stickers. I have taken and dropped one of the words from that cardstock, covered it in packing tape. Do that first. Cover it with your packing tape, then cut out around it, and drop it in water and let it set. Now this is going to be easy because it's been sitting overnight, because I was going to record this video last night. Didn't get it done. So it should come off easy. But once you have it saturated, take and turn it upside down on a towel, and you can set here, and once you get a starting point, it comes off pretty easy. And you're just going to roll your paper off the back, and what this does is it leaves the imprint of the word. And I'm not going to take this all the way down, but you'll get the idea. You're rolling that cardstock off the back, and then you have a clear label to put over top of your game board, which is, where's my sheet? Trying to keep the glare down over here, which is how I did this. And then I just used a Cosmic Shimmer glue. This will dry clear, but it will allow you to glue to slick surfaces. So it was perfect for putting this taped item down on my board. So I did the milestone game board up here. Then I went to my word program and I put in my path forward. And then I also used sayings from this noteworthy stamp set from Stampers Anonymous. It's a Tim Holtz collection. And I copied some of those words into my word program and did them so that they would fit inside of the squares. So I have the best is yet to come. See, I have my start, the best is yet to come, today's task, one step at a time, on track, I get $5. If not now, then when? Give myself permission to do whatever. Do I need to keep something or should I pitch something? I got this. On track, $10 reward. Owning my dreams, living my story, make today amazing, focus on the good, and the finish line, and when I finish, I get a $20 reward. So why are these words important? They're words of encouragement. I am the only person here. So these are my daily reminders of, I've got this, I can do this. I have to do it one step at a time. So that's how this works. And then this magnet came from a collection that I purchased at Walmart. It says, I can and I will. And then my husband cut a piece of tin that I glued into the back with Elaine's tacky glue, weighted it down, and then left it sit overnight. And then I have a magnet board now. Now this will stay on my desk. As I'm a very visual person, this will stay to where I can see it all the time. And then I took those sticky notes, that doesn't go there. I took those sticky notes and I've lost a page here in the redo. Thought I had kept them handy, but apparently, oh yes I did. I took those sticky notes, rewrote them. Now everything on my Kanban board is color coordinated. So red is author stuff. Pink is all my creative stuff. Green is home and garden. That kind of thing. So I used orange to color code my yellow Post-its for the Your Path Forward project. Now, the Your Path Forward project is a continuing project. I can, when these stickies are done, I can make new ones for a new project, such as, let's talk about the writing. I have a writing project, but what do I need to do to get from the concept in my brain to having it published? It may take a couple sets of the game board to do that. Maybe getting into the writing and the outline, or if you're a pantser, just starting to get brief notes down about everything, building your characters. And so you can do the same concept with the steps in creating your book as you can in any project. So when I'm ready to do the writing part of this, which I'm still writing, I'm still doing edits, but I got to get the office in order first. So when I'm finished with this part, this project, then I can take these off, create a new step-by-step plan for the office, maybe into organizing my faith cabinet and antique wardrobe and my altar, and getting that all under control, or getting my bookcases under control, and I can start a whole new project. But the concept is, find your starting point, know where you want to wind up, and then clarify each of the steps that you need to do to get there. These stickies will go on my Kanban board, so that I can always see them up there, and I can be moving them from what needs to be done to doing and then done. And then the board is a visual on my desk that I can move the magnet to. Okay, I've cleared this step, then I've cleared this step, and I've cleared this step. And it becomes my game board strategy. So that is my first video for this. I'm going to link Sarah's channel down below, as well as her game board strategy course video, course link. The scrap rack information, if you're a crafter, it's a great way to get things under control, because one of Tiffany Spalding's key phrases is, keep things together that you use together. And that's what the scrap rack system does, and some of her other great organizational systems. So I will link that down below. Next week, I will have finally have my planner video. It just seems like, and I know I've heard this across the board, it just seems like we're off to a slow start in 2024. I've gradually been putting my planners together. I've been waiting for some things to come in. I'm still waiting on one happy planner order. And so I hope this weekend to record that video and have that up for you. I will be doing planner videos. I will be talking about writing. I will be talking about organization. And I periodically may even talk books that I'm reading and share my reviews. In the description box, you'll find the link to my blog. I post an inspirational quote on Mondays. Tuesdays, I spotlight an author. Wednesday, I review one of their books. Thursday, when there's a post for Thursday, it's because I know of a conference or contest info that you may want. And then on Fridays, it's Photo Friday. So if you are just sitting there staring at the cursor screen and you're not sure where to start, again, finding your starting point, the photo is an idea for you to just jump in and tell a brief story about what you see in that photo. So that's it for me today. I want to thank you for dropping into my studio, and I hope you'll come back. Remember to hit the like button, share this video out, and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss anything that pops up in the Writer Studio. Creative blessings.